Hey, what's going on? It's Berkeley Moses, solid as a b-ball. Happy to be joined by Ryerson guard Aaron Rhooms. Aaron, thank you for coming on.
Of course, man. I appreciate it.
And we appreciate you guys tuning in here. Aaron, you just want to give a little introduction about yourself?
Yeah, for sure. My name is Aaron Rooms. I'm a guard at Ryerson University. Just finished off my rookie season. I was fortunate enough to receive the U Sports Rookie of the Year, Heavyweight Rookie of the Year, and just recently drafted into CEBL at the 20th pick to the Scarborough Shooting Stars.
Nice, man. Congratulations on the Rookie of the Year award. Just want to talk about what that meant to you and even what that meant to your family to win that award.
100%. It was just a testament to all the hard work that I put in, honestly, and just all the sacrifices that my family has made for me to develop me into a player, and not only a player, but into the man that I am. So it really just meant a lot in that regard, and just, also testament to my teammates, my coaching staff. Like, they're really a big part of why I was able to receive the award. So just, a huge shout out to all of them.
Nice. How'd your family react when you won it?
They were running across the whole house, man.
Yeah.
Like, they couldn't keep their seats, but
yeah,
it was a great moment for sure.
That's nice, man. Yeah, congrats. So before you ended up at Ryerson, you played at Lincoln Prep, one of the prep schools in the OSBA. So how did you get to Lincoln? How did you start there and build yourself up from there?
Well, the coach there, his name is Zach Angelini. He actually reached out to me back in my grade 11 year when I was playing for UPlay in the Nike Signature League. So he came to me and said, just introduce himself. We built up a relationship, and just in a few years after I graduated from my current high school at the time, I decided to go over there for my 5th year. And just from there, we just clicked. He was a great coach. Really believed in me and what I could do. And we were expected to have a good year, but unfortunately, COVID came, hit a big slump. But nevertheless, in regular circumstances, I'm sure it would have been a great year. I was surrounded by great guys, so it would have been good if all things went through.
So you never did get to play at Lincoln Prep. Which high school were you at previously?
I went to St. Martin Secondary School in Mississauga, and we just played in the ROPSA. That's just the regional league here in Saga around Peel. So we did well. I remember the best year that we had probably was in grade 10 when we made it to the ROPSA finals against D'Uval. So we came second, and we were probably ranked in the top 10 in the province. So it was pretty good. And just the overall experience, I think, just being at that school really just shaped my game. Just made me into the player I am now. So it was good.
Yeah, you don't hear a lot of players playing in the ROPSA and under the OFSA system anymore. For your age group, especially, what made you decide to stay even those first 4 years at St. Martin?
Honestly, it was just at the time. I had a lot of trust in my coaching. It was just a familiar place. It was like I just felt that it was just the best place for me to be at the time. And yeah, that was just really it. Just trusting my coaches, and it was just familiar.
Just a side question. Do you think a lot of the talent at those schools that aren't under the OSBA, so the regular quote unquote high schools, do you think a lot of that talent is getting overlooked now because of the prevalence of these prep schools?
Most definitely. I think there's definitely some hidden gems in the ROPSA system. And I think that if those guys were just given the right look by the right coach, I think they could really make a good dent in the OSBA scene for sure.
Yeah, interesting. So you transferred to Lincoln Prep, and then how did you get to Ryerson?
It was during the summer, really, I think, but it back started when Coach Dave, head coach at Ryerson, approached me at a practice that we had at Lincoln Prep when we were able to practice. He just came through to watch. He seemed like he was impressed. And then that carried on to the 2021 summer when I played in the Northwell Hoops circuit. And him, and along with many other coaches doing their recruiting, for watching. And I think that it was just what he was um, telling me. I really resonated with me, and I felt that our relationship clicked right away. I just felt that he was the guy that was going to get me to where I wanted to be, and a lot of our goals were aligned. So it was just great vibes right from the start.
That's good. Yeah, he seems a really dedicated coach, and he really believes in his
Mhm.
players that he picks up. You can
For
tell.
sure, for
Would you
sure.
say that more of your opportunities came from playing in the U play system?
Um, I can't say honestly for me personally. I can't say um, it did really. I think most of my opportunities came from outside of play the following years because that's when I felt like my development had made a jump, more of a jump than opposed to when I was on play. But it's a great program, nevertheless. It's the evidence is clear. They spit out a lot of great
Yeah,
players. But just for me personally, I felt a lot of my recruitment came from after I left there.
you had definitely a big summer. You talk
Mhm.
about the Scarborough shooting stars and being drafted and what that process was like for you.
Yeah, for sure. It was honestly just a huge shock. I remember when the draft came out and I saw my name up on that list. It was just a whole field of emotions, because it was just following a great season on my behalf. Um, and it was just honestly a great being grateful for that opportunity, and I'm just blessed really, and I'm looking to capitalize it in the best way I can.
Yeah, you had a great season. Definitely well earned. I can see why the shooting stars wanted to take a chance on a young, talented player like yourself. With your experience in the OUA so far, what have the games been like, and what is your feel of the games and the adjustment from taking a year off, your last year off high school, to being put right into the OUA? What was that adjustment first like for you?
Well, definitely, it's a faster pace than what I'm used to in high school. It's more physical for sure. There's a lot of things that you would usually get called for in high school, but they let you get away with it here. It's a lot more detailed, especially on the defensive end in the OUA at the university level,
Yeah.
just in general, than at high school. So in that regard, it was something to adjust to. But again, it was just a huge shout out to my coaches. They really broke it down for me, and I was able to adjust really quickly thanks to them. But yeah, I feel like I got a good feel of it as the season went on and was able to do what I did for the team.
Uh, so you won OUA Rookie of the Year, so you're clearly a talented player, but there's always room for improvement. So would you say that the struggles that you did have would more be on the defensive end or the offensive end?
I feel like more it was the defensive end, not in the sense that I was incapable of playing defense. It was just a sense that there's a certain structure that the university level demands, and it wasn't something that I was accustomed to being a person fresh out of high school. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And especially with that year off, that just added another gap to sort of that understanding. But I think I was able to get to it when I had to.
What's the game or the moment where you realize that you belong in this league and that um, you're not like a true rookie, or you're someone that belongs in the league and can make a mark here?
Um, I feel like it was definitely coming back from the break against York when we had the COVID shutdown as well as the winter break. And, you know, a lot of guys, would think that coming back from a break like that, certain things would dip, but I was able to keep it up there and even build on it. So that sort of thing. And I just knew, like, you know what? I'm not here to play around. I have my goals and aspirations, and I'm not a type of person to play around when it comes to business. So that's when I knew. I thought that I was, belonging.
What's your summer training regimen like? If there's any younger kids or younger folks that are watching here, what's your training regimen like right now for the summer? What type of work are you putting in?
I definitely try to get in the gym as much as possible. It's mostly I do it, 5 days a week. Because I do believe in recovery. getting that weekend in at least. You know what I mean? It goes a long way, and I know that there's this philosophy that you got to be banging on it every day, but at the same time, you want to have longevity. So that's definitely in regards to rest. I take it seriously, but yeah, just a lot of conditioning, making sure that you're staying sharp with your shots, getting your body right. I take a huge pride in my eating regimen as well, making sure that I'm eating the right stuff because that's the baseline of your fitness, really. Like, you're not going to become a better player without eating better. You know what I mean? You can't be eating poorly and expect to
Yeah.
perform,
Yeah.
So that's a big part of my training as well, just eating the right stuff. And then that translates into the gym when I can, really work.
Is there a certain amount of shots that you look to get up daily, or a certain amount of drills that you put yourself through, or typical conditioning regimen that you use to measure yourself?
Um, well, see, I like to hit the hills for conditioning. I think it's a great place to be, and it's just simple as just going for a run. A lot of people, a lot of hoopers don't like to run, but I
Yeah.
think it's really good to do. It also frees your mind. You just get to be out there with nature. You know what I mean? But also, in terms of shooting, I just like to go through, just working on my mid range, working on three balls. I don't really try and get a target amount of shots. I just make sure that I'm hitting most of my shots. You know what I mean? I think that's important. And just taking game shots. That's a huge part of it as well. It's not just going through the motion. It's really getting into your technique, really getting into your form, and just making all those little details so they can translate into the game.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about the growth of the OUA and how it feels that some of the younger generation they frown upon the league and they kind of look down upon the league. What are some things that you think could be done differently to whether it's maybe improve the quality of play or attract more younger people into the league?
I honestly just think it's more of just getting more notoriety in terms of the youth sport all the way through Canada. A lot of times Canada doesn't advertise their athletics, never mind their athletes. I think that would be a huge part to see the OUA on a national, perspective. I think that would bring more attention to it. And, having a lot of guys say, you know what, youth sports isn't that bad way to go. I know a lot of kids want to go that D1 route. They see it glorified all over the internet, all over TV, and they think, that's the way. But, there's a lot of talent coming out of youth sports and especially the OUA. So it's not a bad way to go at all. And definitely just, maybe some of the youth sports guys can just go back into schools and just talk to these kids. I mean, I'm more than willing, whenever I see a young boy in my training sessions, I always just chop it up and tell him, like, you know what, youth sports are not a bad way to go. You know what I mean? Like, you can still go there and do what you want to do, whether it be pro or, go overseas or go to the league, whatever you got to do. You still get there through youth sports.
Yeah. You think that for me as a fan, somebody who's watched the game for the last few years, I personally felt at times that there wasn't enough variety in terms of who would win the league and who would advance to the championship. Ryerson, prior to the lockdown, was usually like a contender team and be one of the teams to push Carleton. But at the end of the day, you kind of felt that you're just kind of waiting for Carleton to win. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if you're as familiar with the history of it, but Carleton's definitely done a lot of winning in the league. Is that something that you see changing over these couple of years coming with, like, even with Queens, what they did this year and different things happening? Do you see the level of competition getting better?
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Queens. They had a great game, and that just proves that, a game can be anybody. When you step on the court, it's no longer records, it's no longer chips, banners, whatever. It's just 0-0. It's battling to the end, battling, on every possession. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's definitely can change over the years. People are leaving teams, people are coming in teams. There's a lot of new talent coming in, better talent even. So yeah, I definitely see the championship reign changing, from Carleton to another program. I think it's definitely possible.
aside, you've already checked off the Rookie of the Year. Do you have any future aspirations or things that you're looking to accomplish in the OUA to really set your mark on it?
Quite frankly, my goal is just to work as much as hard as I can. I just want to do what I can for my team. If it's dropping an amount of points or whatever I got to do, and if the accolades come along with it, that's great. Glory to God. But at the end of the day, I think it's just putting your whole body, all your toolbox just for your team, get the dub. If it comes along, great.
What's been your favorite away game to play in, your favorite stadium to play in? I know you probably haven't been to all of them, but so far, what's your favorite away game?
My personal favorite was Carleton.
Okay.
I really like the atmosphere. It was a full stadium, like everyone was there. And especially going in there as an underdog, you have all the odds stacked against you.
Yeah.
And for most of my playing career, I've been the underdog. A lot of people have overlooked me, and I kind of like it because it gives you a little chip on your shoulder, makes you go harder than the guys that are on top. You know what I mean? So it was good atmosphere, competitive, and I think we woke a few people up. We shocked a few people. Definitely with hanging around with them for the most part. So, definitely there, for sure.
Is there any player right now in the league that you would compare yourself to, or any comparisons that you've heard, or players that you try to emulate?
I can't say any specifics, and no one has really told me any similarities. Quite frankly.
You consider yourself a pure point guard, or maybe like a scoring shooting guard, or how do you see yourself?
Honestly, I see myself as more like a 2-3. I really like to play out that mid post. Get off the dribble, get to the rack, those sort of things. I can shoot the 3 too. I can pass a little. So just sort of that area I feel is my sweet spot.
Okay, so more like a combo guard, forward /
Yeah,
okay.
100%.
What do you think about the playoffs right now? I know the Raptors just got eliminated. What teams are you expecting to see in the finals?
It's funny that you asked. Me and my boy were just arguing about this probably like an hour or two ago. I really see Boston, making a huge jump. What they just did with Brooklyn. They just shut down two of the best players in the league. One of the best scorers.
Yeah.
One of the best scorers the league has ever seen. You know what I mean? So, and I think they're really good. And it's wild. Just to see what's going on with different players. You got LeBron not even in the playoffs. So the league's been pretty crazy this year. And honestly, I'm just excited to see how it all plays out.
You put Boston above Milwaukee, Philly, and Miami?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I think JT, that Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, I like Jaylen Brown too. Yeah.
It's a pretty leaf.
Marcus Smart's nice too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I see them really making a push.
What about the West?
It's really tough over there because you got Golden State, you got Klay Thompson, you got Stephen Curry, and you got Jordan Poole now. You got
I like Jordan Poole.
Trio.
Yeah.
That trio is really tough to stop. You know what I mean? So I think the West got it with them.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe not Phoenix again.
Phoenix is cool. I actually like me. I like what D-Book is doing.
Yeah.
I think he just got hurt though, so that was.
He came back yesterday, so I don't know if he's. Yeah, he came back yesterday. I don't know if he's going to be like 100%.
Yeah, right. So that was sad to see because I like D-Book. He's cold, but we'll see if he gets healthy. I think they can make a push as well because him and CP, they do work for sure. So.
Yeah, should be interesting, man. Honestly, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. We'll look forward to seeing what you do in the summer with the Scarborough Shooting Stars. Best of luck over there and with your career going forward. If you could hang around for a few moments. All right. And guys, thanks,
Okay.
whoever made it to the end, thanks for joining me. If you could like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Appreciate you guys. All right, later.